Hello there, and welcome to this video series on elements of how to create a web page. In this video I'm going to show you how to add and edit, or the features of adding tables to your web page. You may or may not know, but pretty much all websites evolve around tables. Tables within tables within tables is how we structure and align the various elements of a website or web page together. So I'm in Microsoft Front Page. I've used this for years, about 8 years now. I don't think they sell it anymore, so it doesn't matter which software program you use or which tool you use to create your web pages. You can search online for free HTML editors, or you can get paid ones. One free one would be that we recommend is Composer. Another one is Dreamweaver, which is a paid one. So it doesn't matter which program you use, they all have the same basic features. And in this one we're going to look at tables. So with Front Page, I can click on the table link here, or click on the icon here to do a table. So let's do that now. Now I can add a table of any number of rows, or columns I should say, or rows. Usually you would have one row, one column for a web page, so we will start with that. And there it is there. Now this is quite wide, so now we need to edit the properties of the table. So with inside the table we can right click on Table Properties, and here we can configure the table to any way we like, basically. So layout, alignment, we want to center it. Floating doesn't matter. Cell padding, if we want to make everything come in a little bit from the edges, so that's always nice. 5. Here the width we can do percentage. This is 100% of the computer screen, which I wouldn't recommend, because nowadays people are getting bigger and wider computer screens with higher resolution. So therefore a 100% width of a web page could be extremely wide on someone's computer. So I always recommend pixels, and these days, again, as I said, people are using a higher resolution, which means you can add more pixels in it. So I would recommend anywhere between 680 to 1000. So about 800 is pretty good these days. So 800 is fine, 750 is fine, 680 is fine. Some websites even 900, but about 800 is fine. A border size, we can have a thin or thick border, or even no border. If we have a border, then we can choose the color of the border. So let's do blue for now. The background of the table, so let's use white for now, and we can enter. So here it is here. You may not be able to see it, but this line is blue. It's centered. The table is centered now. This is obviously 800 pixels wide. And if we go to the HTML tab, we can get all the details of the table. So we've centered it. We've centered the table. The border is 1. The cell padding is 5. There's no cell spacing. That doesn't mean much to most of us. The border color, that was the blue that we chose. The width, that's how wide the table is. And there's the background color, which is white. Okay, so let's say border is 1. We can manually edit this to 0. And if we go back, you'll see it's a dotted line now. The reason why it's a dotted line is because we're in the normal or editing page. So it's just showing us, as we are working with this, where the table borders are. If we click on Preview, which acts as a web browser, so it's just like looking at this page from a web browser, like Firefox or Internet Explorer, the line won't be there. So if we just click Preview, there's nothing there. Okay, so here, so let's change the background of the page even to, let's do gray. let's go to gray. It's quite a dark gray. So now we can really see the table. So if we go back to the preview, there's the table but no dotted lines. Okay. If we edit the table to have a border, now we can see it, and we can also see it on the preview or web browser page. Okay. So we can manually adjust it by clicking here, okay, or going back, or we can do it within this menu. So now it's adjusted. So let's go back to 800. Let's add a thicker border. Let's change the border to black, and there it is there. Okay, so you can adjust the size, the border, the thickness, the padding. As you can see, the icon is flashing not right on the line but indented because of the cell padding. So if we take the cell padding away, the cursor will flash right on the line now. You should be able to see it flashing. Okay, so if we go back, we can add a much thicker indent, and now it's right in here. Okay. Another thing we can do, table properties. We can go here to style, format, and even edit the border. For example, we can have a double border, dots, dashes, a groove. So let's do dotted for now. Let's change the color to blue again. Let's go 5, and okay, and here are the dots. Okay, so let's preview, and there are the dots. Okay, we can change it again. Style, format, border. Let's do dashes now. Let's do red. In fact, these are sample colors. We can do more colors even. So let's do a darker red. Okay, let's go down to 3. Okay, and there it is, a dashed line border. Okay, so we can do pretty much anything you want to. Okay, that is about it for borders. Now with the table, we can also, in fact, let's go back to a normal table. Format, border, let's just do a solid line. Let's go to black and just 1 thickness. Okay, so we're back to a simple black 1 thickness border. Now, so let's just go down a little. Now we can also split this into different elements, so add more columns or more rows. So let's split this. Let's add there. So we've got 2 panels now, and we can even split this, highlight it, split this into 2 more rows, and there it is there. Now this is bigger and this is smaller, so we might want to highlight and distribute rows evenly. Oh, it's been entered, that's why. Okay, so now they're even. That's the same thickness, that's the same height as this one here. If we want 2 cells here but only 1 here, we just highlight, click the mouse, drag over, so you're highlighting both, right click and merge the cells. So this has 2 and this has 1. Okay, I don't think there's any more, so we can split the cells, insert rows, columns, and that's it for tables really.